Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be taking you through a St. Patrick's Day makeup tutorial. I'm of course starting out with my primers. I'm first applying the Maybelline Master Prime and blending that out with my fingertips, letting that dry a little bit, and then I'm going in with the Annabelle Eye Primer on a brush because it is a potted format and I don't want to stick my nails inside of it. Going straight in with eyeshadow, I'm using MAC's Cork on a fluffy brush and buffing that through my crease. I do this every single time, but I really like a good transition shade, and Cork is a shadow that I am desperately trying to finish at this point. So I'm just buffing that through in windshield wiper motions. The show-stopping eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today is the Charlotte Tilbury Rebel Quad. And I'm taking the brightest green shade and I'm putting that through my crease. I want my crease area to be a bit of a smoky green haze. So this color will just help dissolve the brighter emerald green that we're going to be putting on the lid. And moving straight into this emerald color, which is so gorgeous. I am packing that onto my lids very, very heavily. That is going all over the lid, slightly on the inside corner, and then all the way to the outer corner as well. So I'm mostly using this MAC 239 brush to really push that color onto my lid, as well as bring it up into the crease and pack it into place. It is a very pigmented shade, which you can see in this tutorial, but I am dipping very often back into the pan just to make sure I've got as much pigment on the brush as I possibly can. I'm then going to be lining my lower lash line with the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon in Blacker. You've seen me do this before, but I basically cover the inner rim of my eye, kind of smudging it between my lashes, and then I take a pencil brush and then really smudge it through those lashes. This technique ensures that no little translucent flap of skin is going to be peeking through that liner. And directly on top of that black liner, I'm going to be using the same pencil brush and that emerald green shade and just smearing that directly on top of the black. And then with some random no-name Sephora Collection brush, I'm going to be taking that sort of green shade, but it's got glitter in it, and I'm going to be packing that onto the center of my lid. This is more of a shimmery color than it is a true solid eyeshadow, so you'll find that it adds a lot of sparkle directly to the center of your lid. To highlight the brow bone, I'm going to be taking my trusty MAC 275 brush and then just putting that pearlescent, almost whitish gold kind of creamy shade directly onto my brow bone. Alright, now for the really fun part, the glitter. I kind of wanted to create a pot of gold inner corner, so I'm using the Cosmetics Liberache glitter, which is a bright gold shade, and I'm dipping my brush into the Cosmetics Clearly Liquid Glitter Base, and then I'm putting that directly on the inside corner of my eye. I'm making sure to wrap that glitter around the inner corner of my eye so that it meshes with the emerald green shade. I wanted to disperse that gold color a little bit more, so I'm using the Inglot Body Sparkles in the number 45 and layering that directly on top of the Cosmetics glitter. And of course, I'm going to use some liquid liner. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper, and I am creating my typical wing. I'm not making it too big because, frankly, it's not going to stand out that much on top of these super dark shades. So I'm just creating a little bit of a flick. My mascara today is going to be the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof, and I'm applying that to my top and bottom lashes. Off camera, I also applied some falsies, and they are the Bombshell Falsies by House of Lashes. Alright, moving on to the face. I'm going to be using the Quo Nourish and Prime Hydrating Primer and putting that all over my face, although I think I put a little bit too much on this time. I like this product, but I kind of overindulged. Time for foundation, and I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Liquid in the shade Y225, and you're watching me put this foundation on in a way that I have never shown on camera. But the reason for this is that I was at a Makeup Forever workshop, and they said that this Ultra HD liquid worked better if you applied it straight to your face as opposed to pumping it onto your hand. And I have to say, I have noticed a difference, so I've started pumping it directly onto my face. It looks silly, but it does work. And I'm of course pushing that into my skin with a damp Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. My bronzer is of course Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I cannot get enough of this product, and I'm buffing that into my temples, the backs of my cheekbones, and along my jawline. For my blush, I'm going to be using Urban Decay's X-Rated on a Real Techniques Duo Fiber brush, and I wanted this originally to be quite subtle, but as you can see, I'm dipping back into the pan quite a few times because I do like quite a bit of pigment on my cheeks. And what would a St. Patrick's Day look be without using Lucky Clover? This is from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette, and it is glorious. And if you're uncomfortable with the concept of wearing a green highlighter, I assure you that St. Patrick's Day is going to be the one day a year where you can get away with it without any repercussions. To fill in my brows, I'm going to be using the NARS Brow Defining Cream in the shade Sonoran, which is pretty much just a blonde brow shade. And I always find that that brow cream isn't enough, so I pair it with the Art Deco Eyebrow Pencil in the shade 06. And this pencil just helps to better define any gaps that I may be missing and make it a little bit more three-dimensional, because that brow defining cream is very blonde and not dark enough. And of course I fix any mistakes with a Q-tip. For my lips, I'm first starting out with Bite's Fig Lipstick, which is an old standby for me. This is a great pink color that seems to match pretty much any eye look that I throw at it. And I'm just putting that all over my lips and then following it up with this gold, which is also by Bite. For me, this gold really helps to tie in the gold on the inner corners of my eyes, and frankly, it's just a lot of fun. And that's it for this video. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!